Down with my friends at Fishman. If you guys are enjoying these lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It absolutely helps the cause, get the word out about the lessons and all of that good stuff. Today's episode is pre-recorded because it's NAMM weekend. We're all over there, so if you see us walking around, be sure to say hello. We'd love to meet you. And so today we're going to be learning Father of Mine by Everclear, one of my favorite tunes out of the 90s. Really fun one to play, geared towards my beginners and intermediates. There's going to be some power chords and some bar chords here today. As always, going to walk you through all of that stuff. And if you guys are enjoying these lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps the cause. And if you want to check out all the cool Fishman gear that I use in these lessons, I left a link below in the video description, so you can go ahead and check that out. So again, electric guitar rather, standard tuning. And you guys know I like to ask a question before we get started. So let me know where you are tuning in from and your favorite concert. I love asking these questions because you guys have such great answers. So elaborate as much as you can. Your favorite concert you've been to and where you're tuning in from today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Here is Father of Mine by Everclear. There it is today. We're going to be learning this one. Really fun song. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, I want to say this too. When listening to the original version, okay, the one that's on the album, they have it tuned down a half step. So it would be, okay, so starting with that D flat. When I watch them play it live, they play it in D major standard tuning. So that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to do it in standard tuning in D. All right, so when we're looking at the intro and the verses, what's cool here is that there's a lot of the same chords in this song, which is always great. And we've got two guitar players in this band. So Art, Alexakis, so the singer and rhythm guitar player, and sometimes lead player in this band. He's playing kind of the chords up here, whereas the other guitar player is going to be playing up here. So we're going to do both. So let's go ahead and look at Art's parts first. So what we've got here is we're going to go ahead and start with D major. Now, for those of us who don't know how to play D major, I'm going to show you right now. So first three fingers here, okay, first finger, second fret of the G string, that's your A note. Your second finger on the F sharp, second fret of the E string, and your third finger, third fret of the B string, which is D, D as in dog. With D major, the notes we are looking for are D, or F sharp and A, the 1, 3, and 5. Kind of had a little bit of a blip there. D, F sharp, and A. Those are the notes we're looking for, and we got them here. So what we're going to do, got our pick in our hands here. So down, 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 up. Just like that. And then we're going to mute it ever so slightly with this part of our hand. Let's go ahead and do that nice and slowly together. So just like that. Let's build up the speed just a little bit. And lucky for us, strumming pattern is going to be the same with the rest of these chords. So let me show you that. From here, we're going to go to an F sharp 5, that F sharp power chord, right? We've only got 3 notes in this chord, so let me show you how to play it. First finger, second fret of the E string, that's our F sharp. You're going to get your third finger here on the C sharp, fourth fret of the A string, and then your pinky finger, placing that on the fourth fret of the D string, that's another F sharp. So those 3 notes only sound like this. And those are the only notes we're going to play. Same strumming pattern. Down, 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 up. And then mute ever so slightly with that part of our hand. Okay, let's do that again. See how I'm bringing my hand down ever so slightly? Okay, to mute the chord at the end. Let's do that again. Just like that. Let's combine it with the D major. Here we go. Just like that, again. So far, so good. So now we're gonna do here, from that F sharp, we're gonna bring it up a half step, bringing that up to the G5. So all we're gonna do there, that same exact chord position, we're just gonna move it up a half step. So your first finger should be on the 3rd fret, that is G. Your 3rd finger should be on the 5th fret of the A string, which is D, D as in dog, and then your pinky finger, 5th fret of the D string, which is another G, should sound like this. And we're gonna strum it exactly the same. Just like that, okay? So again, nice and slowly, D, F sharp 5, G5. Let's go ahead and do it. One more time. And the final chord here is going to be an E5. I'm going to give you 2 different ways to play this. You can choose to only use the first finger covering the 2nd fret of the A string and the D string respectively, so that would be a B and an E note, and you can just hold it like this with the open E string. You can choose to do it like that, or you could play it like an E minor. Okay, but we only want to highlight those 3 notes only, so that E string, A string, and D string, okay? And again, same strumming pattern. Or with the first finger, just like that. All right, so let's go through those 4 chords. We're covering a ton of ground with these 4 chords. So here we go. D, F sharp 5, G5, E5. Let's do this. With commentary, D, F sharp 5, G5, E5. Last time, no commentary, you can do this. It's just like that, pretty cool stuff. So this is gonna be repeated a couple times. The first part is gonna be a little bit lighter, it's just guitar and vocals. And then after that, the band comes in, same exact chords. So what we're gonna do here, so that was Art's part, so let's do the other guitar part. We're gonna be playing these chords, except we're adding the 3rd, all right? So what's gonna happen here is we're gonna play this version of these bar chords, all right? So what I'd like you to do, and again, we're gonna play the same exact chords, just in a different way. So first finger and 3rd finger is all we're gonna need for all of these chords, okay? So first finger to play this D major. We're gonna get our first finger across the 5th fret of the A string through the high E string, okay? So just like that. We don't want our finger crooked, okay? We want to mimic that straightness of that fret right there, okay? 3rd finger here, go ahead and place that on 3 strings. You can do this, okay? 3rd finger across the 7th fret of the D string, G string, and B string. When we were talking about all the notes that are in this chord, we have D that's here, okay? 5th fret of the A string. We have our A here, 7th fret of the D string. Okay, we have another D here, 7th fret of the G string, and we have an F sharp that's right there on the 7th fret of the B string. So that will sound like this. So just like that, okay? And we're gonna strum this the exact same way. Just like that. Let's do that again. From there, we're gonna go to the F sharp major. So the same exact shape, we're keeping it, except we're bringing it up, okay? How we're gonna do that? This whole shape. First finger, bring it across the 9th fret, right there, 9th fret of the A string. That's our F sharp, okay? Our 11th fret, okay, that 3rd finger is holding all the rest of these notes here. Okay, 11th fret of the D string right there, that's our C sharp, all right? 11th fret of the G string, that's our F sharp, and then the 11th fret, the B string, okay? It's gonna be, okay, our A sharp. And same strumming pattern. We really want to include that 3rd. It brings a really nice brightness when these 2 guitars are working together, all right? So let's go ahead from D to that F sharp. Keep the same chord shape. Here we go. From there, move this chord up a half step. This is now G major. First finger should be on the 10th fret of the A string. your third finger should be across the 12th fret of the D, G, and B string. G, B, and D are target centers of this chord. Same strumming pattern. From there, bringing this all the way back to E major, first finger should be on the 7th fret of the A string. That is our root, that is A. Our third finger should be across the 9th fret of the D string, G string, and B string here, okay? E, G sharp, and B, the 1, 3, 5 of E major. Those are our target centers. We have them all here. Notice how this shape didn't change, okay? So we have D major, all the way to F sharp, 9th fret of the A string. There's our root. To G major, 10th fret of the A string. Okay, then to E, 7th fret of the A string. Let's go ahead and do that again without the commentary. Now, check out how these two work together. I'm going to play Art's part first. Here they are as full major chords. It's cool, they work together. Now also, if you noticed, when I was playing these bar chords, you cannot see my thumb. The second I move my thumb up, see how my hand begins to shrink? I want you to keep your thumb placed in the middle of the neck. It's going to allow those fingers to really stretch and get to those chords. Because I know this is a difficult way to play a major chord, but man, does it sound beautiful. So I really encourage you, when you're playing these, like they call them A shape, okay, bar chords, keep in mind, okay, using that third finger is really going to free up your second and fourth finger for other chords that you may want to add. So this is a great way to play these chords. Okay, with just those two fingers, which is great. Takes some practice, but again, well-intentioned practice makes for great guitar playing. All right? So that's what's happening there. Pretty simple so far, guys. Not too bad. And again, if you're enjoying these lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Little boxes around here somewhere. Helps the cause, everybody. Helps spread the word about these riff rundowns that I'm doing with Fishman. So it's a ton of fun. All right? So that's what's happening there. Pretty straightforward. Now we get into the chorus, which is next. And again, we're going to amp up the energy here. So the chorus sounds like this. Okay, a lot of the same chords that we're seeing here, all right? But again, we're playing them in a different spot. So let me show you how to do that. So what we're going to do here is I'm, again, going to give you two different versions on how to play this. So we've got our D5. And when I was watching them play this live, the particular version that I'm looking at was the version that they did in 1998 on the Conan O'Brien show. So that's the version I was really watching here for this lesson. And to the best of my eyes and ears, this is what I could decipher from that live version. So from watching Art, it sounds like he's doing this. So just like that, again, all 5 chords, all power chords. So what we're going to do next, we're going to go ahead and learn how to play this, right? So we're going to get our first finger here across the 10th fret of E to E, okay? Low E to high E. From there, we're going to get our third finger, placing that on the 12th fret of the A string. That's going to be our A note. So far, we have a D note here at the 10th fret of the E string. We have an A note here at the 12th fret of the A string. Okay, from there, fourth finger, placing that on the 12th fret of the D string. That's another D note. So there's our D, A, and D. So right there, that's our D5, our D power chord. Okay, so that's how we're going to strum it. From there, we're going to bring the shape. Okay, we're maintaining those 5 chords, those power chords. We're all the way at the 10th fret with our first finger. We're going to now bring that first finger to the 5th fret of the E string. So that's our A note, 5th fret of the E string, our E note, 7th fret of the A string, and another A note, 7th fret of the D string, and A5 consists of A and E. Okay, it's just like that. We're going to strike that chord 3 times. Let's go ahead and do that again. From there, we're going to a G5. So we know that A and G are a whole step apart. What does this mean for us guitar players? 2 frets. So we have our A here, okay, 5th fret of the E string. We're going to go ahead and now bring this back to the 3rd fret of the E string. So there is our G note there, 3rd fret of the E string. Placing your 3rd finger now on the 5th fret of the A string. That is D, D as in dog, and then 4th finger, 5th fret, the D string, which is another G. So the G5 consists of a G, a D, and another G. If we're talking numbers here, 1, 5, 1. There they are, okay? Not too bad, right? So that's that chord there. So far we have. And we're only gonna strike this G5 1 time. Okay. From there, from this G5, we're going to go to the F sharp 5, which is a half step back from here. So same exact shape, bringing all of those notes back 1 fret. So your 1st finger should be on the 2nd fret of the E string. That is our F sharp. Okay, 3rd finger here, 4th fret of the A string. That is our C sharp, and then another F sharp here on the 4th fret of the D string. So the chord should sound like this. Again, the F sharp 5 has an F sharp and a C sharp. Okay? Good way to remember your 5ths. Okay? So on this chord, we're going to hang on this for a little bit and then go back to that G5. So that whole section is going to sound like this. I'm going to play it nice and slow. Here we go. Before we go back to that F sharp, we're going to play that G5 2 times instead of once. Let's do that again. Now, imagine lots of distortion here. I'm going to play it a little bit faster, so here we go. So what I'll do here, I'll do a verse, I'll do that chorus, and then I'll do another verse. And again, if you guys are enjoying these lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps the cause. Here we go. And let's go ahead and do the art version. So let's go ahead and do those verses at the top. So here we go. One more time. To that chorus. let's do the bar chord versions. Here we go, verse. One more time. To that chorus. With the second guitar part, I'm pretty sure what's happening here is they're doing the major versions of all of that. So instead of the 5, they're playing that third that you would include, right, in the chord. See how that harmony just builds just by adding that one note? It's so great. So all we're doing there, again, it's that same shape. So instead of playing a D5, A5, G5, and F sharp 5, we're playing a D, A, G, and F sharp major, all of them, okay? And the only thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add that second finger. In the case of D major, that second finger is gonna go on the 11th fret of the G string, which is the F sharp. And when we go to A, we have our A5, okay? Second finger placing that on the 6th fret of that G string. So now we have a C sharp. And then we bring that back from G5 to G major. Second finger should be on the 4th fret of the G string, okay? So that right there, now we're including a B note. And then to the F sharp, we're adding an A sharp. So I'll have you hear the difference. So here's the 5 chords. Now here's when we include the third. Now these all become major. Check it out. Same strumming pattern too. So I will leave it up to you. Man, if you got like 2 guitar players playing in a band and you've got one adding the third and one just being like really big and loud with those power chords, totally cool. So whatever you decide to do, it's gonna sound great, all right? So that's what's happening there, pretty cool stuff. So as far as after that first chorus, what happens? We go into another verse, then we go into another chorus, and then from there we go into a solo. So I've watched many live versions of this. Art's going for it, so it's different every time. So I kind of give you something that you could play through it in the style of Art Alexakis. So it's kind of something like this. Okay, a really cool, kind of simple thing. And again, I encourage you, please make this your own, all right? I'm just giving you, I'm planting the seeds here. So I'm giving you something that you could do, but again, please make it your own, because when you're playing live, that's what's so great, is you have this song that you're covering, make it your own, all right? So what we're doing here, again, just planting the seeds, all right, in the style of Art Alexakis. Okay, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get our third finger, placing that on the 9th fret of that G string, all right? And we're gonna bend upwards here. Now we're not gonna bend too much. We don't wanna do that. Just a little swell, then bringing it back to true. From there, first finger on the 7th fret of that G string, going back to that D note. To finish the phrase, strike the 9th fret of the D string. That's going to be your B note, B as in boy. And then resolving the phrase with the D note, D as in dog, 7th fret of the G string. So let's go ahead and sit there for a minute. Okay, pretty simple little pattern here. Okay, so this is repeated a couple times. Okay, sometimes sometimes there's a little bit of a pull off. You can choose to do this. All that is there, 9th fret of the D string, or G string rather, and then pulling off to the 7th fret of that G string. Okay, good thing with, it's a good little exercise to do for bends and pull-offs, kind of fun. And then from there, okay, again in the style of art, it sounds to me like there's some kind of pull-off happening there. So all that is, okay, we're gonna use our first finger and our third finger to do this. First finger, go ahead and place that on the 10th fret of the B string. Okay, so that's gonna be an A note. And we're gonna go ahead and pull off, or hammer on first, and then pull off. Okay, hammering on to the 12th fret of that B string, which is our B note, and then back to A. So we're going A, B, A. Now notice, you can do that without picking it. Notice when you pick it has sort of a different character. Versus if you just, I'll leave it up to you. So whatever you feel stylistically really works for you at the time, kind of doing one of those, or I'll leave it up to you, but both are kind of cool. So it sounds like it's just that, like live. So what we can do there is we could do something like that. So you can get your first finger here, placing that on the 10th fret of the high E string, which is a D note, D as in dog. And then again, doing that same type of thing with a hammer on and pull off on that E note, which would be on the 12th fret of the E string. And then resolving back to D. Okay, or you can even choose to do that too instead of, okay, with that pull off. I'll give you another option. You can go, and you can go ahead and go from D to B, which would be on the 12th fret of the B string, and then back to D, 10th fret of the high E. So we've got, okay, so again, just something to kind of plant the seeds here. And you can choose to do, I mean, again, just kind of endless with those little kind of pentatonic little boxes there. So kind of leave that up to you. It's, again, just a really fun song. So we'll go ahead and go through those 3 parts again here. So we got our intro. To our chorus. To our solo. Again, a really fun little song. Make it your own. It is such a great tune. Again, really cool to see all the different live versions. The one from Conan from 1998 I find is just really impactful and just so powerful and awesome. So I encourage you to give that one a watch. It's really great. Everclear is just another great band out of the 90s. If you're not familiar with them, be sure to give them a listen. Really, really great stuff. Very fun to listen to. I enjoy them quite a bit. So as always, wishing you guys so much success in your musical journeys. It is so cool, the community we've built here. I love the kindness that everyone shows one another in the comment section. I see it and I really appreciate it. And I love how everyone is just so kind to one another. So let's keep it up. Just good vibes here on the Riff Rundown. It's great. As always, thank you all so much. Thanks to my friends at Fishman. Such a blast. Such a blast. These are so much fun. And as always, much success in your musical journeys, everybody. All right? Take care.